Good evening. That's all, folks. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, for another rage video where tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I added a second one there. I hope you noticed it. Your master of reality, the bastard offspring of the bespoken, the lonesome lucky spunk that got inside your system and now ready to be impregnated. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. We are now on the homeward stretch for machine heads the more things change. So, if you guys want to check out the blood of the Zodiac for yourselves, links will all be in the description. Boom! Down below, dickhead. They'll be down below, by the way. So, let's get started. Let's get into the song. Oh. We are like 90 seconds into this. You know what? I was again very, very skeptical and like very, very sort of like wondering what was gonna happen. But now you know what? I'm just having fun with this. That's what's going on. If you've never seen me have fun before, be afraid. It's okay. I think maybe now I can actually explain properly exactly why machine this album. Like, I know it's maybe a bit strange not to doing it now instead of going to the very end. And we will get to the end as well. Don't worry about that. But what's striking me is very, very unusual is that it's got some of the slower stuff is so deliberately paced that it simmers, it brims, it floats to the top absolutely flawlessly. The faster stuff is kind of, just for me, okay. I do kind of, I am being a bit biased here when I say I do like a lot of the slower material, just because when something like when something like drops or a riff changes or the entire complexion and the character of the song changes. So even if it decides to have a much faster tempo, and they want to like turn up the gainness of the amp speaker so that it sounds a lot grittier, it sounds a lot dirtier. But actually, for what I've gathered with Machine Heads, it's actually the gainness is sort of like turned down quite low. So I think it's like just at like the right level. If you want to ask me, it's not like the much grittiest, like some of the grittier material you saw maybe back in the 80s. Not like the extreme stuff. Not like the thrash scene when Metallica like first started, and not even like close to the extreme stuff like Venom, Slayer, and Mayhem. Instead, it's not so much of its time, but it's rather it paved a lot of the way for the stuff that went on throughout like the 90s and stuff like that. So like the stuff I'm not particularly too much of a fan of for this album, it's a bit like an Asda priced curry, like a chicken tikka masala. If you get from Asda, it comes in like a packet. You take it off, you put it in the microwave. Absolutely, it's good to a point, but it's not quite the same if you went out to a genuine Indian restaurant or a takeaway. In fact, actually, I'd say Indian restaurants probably far better, because you get you really do feel like you're getting every single spice all across India, from Calcutta to Bombay, and you could just you could sit in the Taj Mahal, or you could sit in the backward leaky part of your kitchen. That's what this album. It's a tale of two curries. That's what this album is. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Blood of the Zodiac. I honestly, I think somebody like, oh my god, how, like, I think it's now really becoming, it's really like now we're getting to the end. It's like now this entire album is really starting to come together. Any like worries I really had before are starting to become unglued, because there's been violence, there's been carnage, there's been suffering, there's been madness, there's been insanity, there's been hatred, vitriol, more violence, the suffering of the innocents, and now we get the uprising. They say that every generation, ladies. I'm gonna end you guys this with something that something my dad told me a few days ago. Is that there's at least one person, at the very least one person of his or her generation will always rise above the others, and this song makes me want to do that, ladies and gentlemen. I want to be the friggin'. I want to be the savior of the beaten and the broken. I want to be the friggin' the guy who rises above it all. And I think the idea of Blood of the Zodiac, I wonder if the idea of that is that blood could either mean like bloodshed, more violence, or it could mean, in a sense, the timeline. Perhaps the idea of the Zodiac being is that we attribute some of our zodiac signs to maybe some of our behaviors, and it's a cycle we want to break. And usually, the way you break a cycle or you break a series of events is by rising up against the masses. The Age of Enlightenment, for example, was virtually established by the fact that, you know what, we need to rise above the masses, the clergy, and the higher ups, so that we can actually have some liberty, freedoms, and we won't see each one of us starving. This, I'm beginning. It's, yeah. Have you ever been told that, ladies and gentlemen? You know what? I'm gonna end this video by saying, just right now, it shouldn't be just me saying that. I feel honestly, maybe it's like a little bit of a selfish idea for me to say I should be the one to do it. Maybe, just maybe, we should all try and rise up. Maybe we should all try and fight against those who have oppressed us, those who've told us no. All the way for the last 5 years, ladies and gentlemen, there's been like 3 types of people I've despised. The first is people who waste my time. Let me tell you now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I hate those people, I really, really hate them, is for the fact that their lives mean so little that they are willing to waste my time. And my time is precious, ladies and gentlemen. My time is important. I'm not gonna sit here and to let anybody tell me that I'm wrong for thinking that. The second is that I especially hate it whenever anybody says no to me. I don't really like people who say no to me, because why say no? Why not say yes instead? I mean, you really gonna say no to a man like me? That's just how it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's just really how I feel. And finally, I hate it when anybody tells you you cannot do something. Because no might be seen as a bit more general. Telling you you cannot do something is concrete, as though it's set in stone and that's it, no matter what. Don't let the bastards get you down, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope all of you guys have enjoyed Blood of the Zodiac. Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys thought of the song for yourselves. And I will look forward to all of you guys again in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye for now.